copyrighted material, the use of which may not have been specifically authorized by the copyright owner under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education.
Systematically dismantle the Department of Homeland Security, put your own interests above the department, and violated the law, you are making America less safe. So rather than sitting here and wasting your time and ours with more corruption, lies, and lawlessness, I call on you to resign. Do a real service to the country and just resign. That is, if President Trump doesn't fire you first. Got you here, Secretary Noem. I'm glad you found time among your many photo ops and costume changes to testify about why President Trump is seeking more taxpayer dollars and what you plan to do with that money if you get it. Secretary, you and the gentleman from NCTC reference the unfortunate accident that occurred with the National Guardsman being killed.
You think that was an unfortunate accident?
I mean,
it was a terrorist attack.
Wait. Look, I'll get it straight. Then you can
He shot our National Guardsman in the head.
Look, Mr. Chairman, will you direct the witness to allow me to ask my question? It was an unfortunate situation.
Can you believe this clown? To me, that just shows how much disdain they really have for the American people now. Whenever it's convenient, the left will pretend to love the military, the police department, your mama, your dad, your grandma. They pretend, but there is no love in them. Think about what they're actually doing now. They're actually upset because there are laws on the book that says that if you come to this country illegally, you can be deported. There's laws on the book says you cannot come over in this country illegally, but we have not only made it legal for the illegals to come over, we got this thing they call a sanctuary city. Just think about that. What the hell does that even mean? You're telling me you broke the law. We have laws on the book. They should go change the law. The law in the book says it is illegal to come over to this country illegally. And not only do they come over here illegally because of your corrupt politicians, but we give them housing, we give them food, we give them clothing, and we even elect them for office, or we let them be in office. We don't know if they got elected or not. Then we'll make it a sanctuary cities in case some of them come from other countries and want to commit murder. We'll make sure that we're protecting them also. I'll tell you one thing. If you really want to be a criminal who can get away with crime, just run for office. You can practically get away with just about anything if you're in office. If you want to do insider trading, there's no consequences behind insider trading if you're a politician. Now, if you withdraw some money from your 401k, or if you decide to, somebody gives you a property or give you a gift of money, if you don't report that, they want to come and give you a penalty or maybe even lock you up. But the government not only illegally spends your money and pays their family and their friends in every country, but they will take your money and use your money to enslave you. They'll do everything to break the law, and then when you catch them about it, they'll start saying that you are a conspiracy nut. This is the country that we're in now. This is why it's really so easy for people to come up with a conspiracy and people believe them. Now, don't understand that mindset. And this is why ever since I got monetized now, that a lot of people say they're not sending them a alert. You don't get an alert when I get ready to go live. Everybody else does. But for some reason, when I get ready to go live, they don't now. They will unsubscribe you. They will. How is it possible? I just want that. This is how corrupt the whole system is. They don't mind, just let's take music for instance. We're going to get to Michele and Tucker in a few minutes. Just say, for instance, if you were a recording artist in the music industry, especially if you're in the hip hop industry, they don't want to hear positive music. If you're singing rock or R&B or pop, whatever you want to call it, they like it to be filled with demonic symbolism. They want you to promote the cult and the occult. It's something that has something as a matter of fact, you cannot make it big in the industry unless you sell your soul. I'm talking about the mega stars. They sell their soul, and then when they get exposed, they'll get mad for you doing the exposing. Because I noticed ever since they monetized me, the views went down. How is that even possible? Unless they're doing something to hide you, like they do. You can, the kind of filth they're allowed to get on these social media platforms, it dumbfounds me. Really, it does. And then I remember when I first said this, back in 2011, and somebody told me, no, that's the algorithms. I know how this works. I'm a computer guy. I said, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't care if you are a computer guy. You know what you're talking about. They assign people to people's account. Now they got AI, which is even better. So they can do it in real time with AI. But in the music industry, they promote the people. This is why P. Diddy got away with this for so long. Everybody knew what P. Diddy was doing, because most of the people went to P. Diddy parties. And they didn't really have a problem with what P. Diddy was doing, because they have a problem once it gets exposed how filthy he really is. And I'm not saying 50 Cent is a choir boy, but isn't it funny? It seems like some of them, especially in the quote hip hop community, are more upset with 50 Cent than they are with P. Diddy. And then you insert yourself in. I thought it was kind of funny because Marlon Wayans, he inserted himself in them. One thing I can tell you about that damn 50 Cent, now he has his own production company. He's super, super petty. And I think he really enjoyed torments P. Diddy, which I think is kind of funny that he's tormenting P. Diddy, because P. Diddy used to torment everybody else. But see, everybody will have the person, if you like to do sick things, eventually God will make it where you have to take some of your own damn medicine. And the one thing I understand, there's a little phrase in the Bible that says, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. The problem with people, when it's time for you to get paid for the stuff you've been doing, most people don't want to get paid. This is the only time people will run from their payday. The Lord says it's time for you to get paid for all of the wicked deeds you've been doing. They say, I don't want to get paid. It ain't fair. No, the wages of sin is death. See, if you keep doing something with no remorse, we all sin, but with no remorse, you mistreat people, you take advantage of people, and then when something happens to you, some other demon will come out and says, it is a shame for you to kick a man when he's down. Personally, I think the best time to kick a man is when he's down, because that's where his face is on the ground and you can get your boot action working. Don't kick a man when he's down. Whoever came up with such a dumb statement? You're not going to kick him when he's up unless you're an MMA, karate or something. Best time to kick him is when he's down. And some people need to be kicked. Now, I know that's not popular. People always say, that's so unchristian. And the same folks be praising some other fake, phony preacher or something, just the utmost respect, my pastor. The whole industry is corrupt and they don't even want you doing positive. If you have a kid that goes to school, a child can go to school and miss no days in school, make straight A's on the honor roll, whatever. It may be a news story. They'll do like a 5 seconds flip through or a 20-second thing or 1 minute. But if a child goes and take a gun into the school and does some shooting, or if the child does something hideous, they'll talk about it day after day after day. That's what they do. They get publicity for negative stuff. Publicity for negative. But you do something positive, try to pass a positive story around. I've done it before. I've taken this test before. I'll get a positive story and pass it around. Not that many clicks. You don't get them because people don't really want to hear positive. As funny as this may sound, people love hearing bad news. They say they don't like bad news, but they love hearing bad news. They love hearing conspiracy, even if it's a lie. Bad news travels clear around the world before the truth even puts its shoes on. And people love bad news. And as a matter of fact, if you can talk about something and exaggerate it and talk about how you got this insight, especially if you say, I got sources or I got this person who's in the government leaking information to me. If you want to fool somebody, have any kind of platform and talk about how you're an insider, somebody is sending you information and people will act as if it's gospel. But you can quote verbatim. I like to talk to people when they start telling me about some specific fact that they know. I say, there's more evidence to prove the resurrection of Jesus than there is to prove that Shakespeare even ever existed. Now, they'll believe in Shakespeare, but when you go do your research, you'll see that there's not really that much to prove that Shakespeare. We don't know if Shakespeare actually wrote Shakespeare or whatever he wrote. But here you'll show evidence after evidence. We're not talking about just believers, non-believers, evidence about the crucifixion. Islam, whole book, all the Muslims believe Jesus was never crucified, even though everybody who's ever done any research that's not biased says there's no way he wasn't crucified. So once you make the argument, if you say he was crucified, then you have to deal with why did the disciples who was cowards change their mindset after he was crucified? Because there's a reason. It ain't just a coincidence. These men who were hiding. Matter of fact, Peter got nutted up by this little girl who says, wasn't you with Jesus? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. Jesus who? But I notice about people, they'll take other stuff that has not nearly been proven and tested like the word of God, and they'll take somebody else, their favorite influencer, their favorite politician, and they'll take it as if it's gospel. And then you say, here's the book. Here's all the evidence to prove that Jesus who he said he was. They say, well, I don't believe that religious stuff is religious stuff. Because they're not really interested in facts. They're not really interested in logic. This is what, I've been on planet Earth 60 years, and the older I get, the more I understand how fickle people's belief system really is. How unsure they are of their own belief system. Because if I see you flip-flopping over issues in 5 years, you got 5 different main issues that you flip-flopped on, there's a problem there. Yeah, there's a problem with your belief system. And the reason that people are so easily to follow somebody, like the new fad, it's almost like somebody had a hit song. Remember Milli Vanilli? Everybody thought Milli Vanilli was singing. Milli Vanilli was lip singing. It ain't like it was a great lyrical song anyway, but they weren't even singing that song. But they said they had the look. They looked like pop stars. I don't know if I've ever seen the guy who actually sung the Milli Vanilli song. What was it? Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, 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 I love you. And everybody, that song. And see, there's a fad, like, you remember Vanilla Ice? Ice, ice, baby. He actually sung that, rapped that, whatever you want to call it. But it's like a passing in time. What I find out is that when you see these stars trying to live past their prime, like Madonna. Is it not embarrassing how Madonna acts? How old is Madonna now? 67, 68? Looked like she got a butt implant, but it looked kind of like she got a diaper on, which is kind of disgusting. But Jennifer Lopez, she's out there trying to compete with the young girls. Isn't it funny that these people are still not happy at this age because there's something inside of them that's empty? And you notice that most of them now have trans kids. My child is trans. It's almost like that fad where all of the white actresses or stars was going to adopt them a little black baby. They had to accessorize. Like, do you have a black baby? Yeah, I'm going to go get me one. Shanice Tareen, whatever her name is, the South African woman, Charlene or Charlize, whatever her name is. Who is that? Madonna had one. Angela Jolie went and adopted her little black baby. What's that other one name? It was another one. The other actor, Sandra Bullock, when it accessorized, got her little black baby too. Like, you got to get some black shoes, a black purse, get your little black baby. Ooh, see, I'm not a racist. I have a black baby. But this is our society now, and people look up to those people. And you notice when their star starts declining, that's why they become obsessed, and then they lose it. That's why they become unglued, because I'm important. See, I'm important. Britney Spears, look how she lost her mind. 1 minute she was way up here, and the crash coming down though. That's why they go crazy. I forgot, it was some comedian the other day. They just found him in Hollywood. He had OD'd. He was some kind of, last name is Dick or something like that. I can't remember. But he OD'd or something. Richard Pryor, Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson. They all decline eventually. They get hooked on drugs because their star wears off. Now, there's some people still get upset if you talk about Elvis or Michael Jackson or anybody. No, it's no politician or so-called movie star you can talk to that I'm gonna get myself worked up on. But you'll see them, boy, they get themselves real worked up. You better not talk about this person. I dare you talk about that person. They good people. But they'll let them talk about Jesus. But you can't talk about their hero, their political hero, or their pop star hero. He was a good person. He gave to charity. Yeah, all of them got a foundation. That's what they got to do, is a tax write-off. They're not doing it because they got a big heart. Now, I'm not saying all of them, because some of them may have a big, but most of them are just, they scumbag. They done sold their souls. And so I think this is what happened to Tucker Carlson now, because Tucker Carlson is acting real weird. I don't care if he disagrees with Israel, whatever like that. I don't think he's right on all that either. He's wrong on a whole bunch of that. But Tucker is getting to where he's so weird that he's almost defending Muslim child molesters. Now, he was against American child molesters. Now, because he's over in Qatar now, he said Qatar ain't gave him no money. It's possible they ain't gave. He done made a bunch of money. I mean, his daddy was in the CIA, so of course Tucker Carlson has made a bunch of money. And I don't envy people when they make money, but I do find it suspicious that all of the ones when Tucker got kicked off Fox News, all of the so-called people who got mad at me for criticizing Tucker Carlson, either they're criticizing Tucker Carlson now or they're quiet because they were defending him adamantly. I remember when Fox News said, Fox is wrong, Tucker's a star. He's going to make it big. Now they got to be silent because he's acting so quirky now. And I'm not even talking about just the Israel stuff, but he's over in Qatar acting as if Qatar is our friends. Now, technically, I think there's about 2.9 million people in Qatar, but only about 350,000 of those are actually Qatarians, if that's a word. Some people call it Qatar. I call it Qatar. I don't know why, but I know some people call it Qatar. Because I got a video of Tucker Carlson being over there in Qatar. And I got a video of him, because I showed you the video the other day when Tucker Carlson was saying how much he was in the UK. He was acting like he didn't know who Tommy Robinson was, because he said he got more in common with the Pakistani cab drivers, who a bunch of them was accused of molesting minors or grooming minors or something. And Tucker Carlson said he has a lot in common with them. Now, before I show you the clips, I want you to remember something about Tucker Carlson. Do you remember when, maybe you don't remember when Tucker Carlson was left Fox News, and it was because of that Dominion lawsuit. You remember Dominion, the ones who helped rig the election for the Democrats? Do you realize that? Why does this thing keep doing this? Hold on a minute. Why is this thing not acting right here? My thing, for some reason, my thing is not acting right over here. What the hell is going on? Okay. But what got me with Tucker Carlson, what kind of made me fall out with Tucker Carlson, is that now I'm not one of those who don't think you can criticize Donald Trump. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene has lost her mind too now. See, whenever a person flip-flops so hard and do such a, like, she's almost done a 180. When a person changes as much as Marjorie Taylor Greene or Tucker Carlson, you almost got to go look and see where the money's at. Like who's paying them or how they making their money off whatever. Because I'm always suspicious when somebody flip-flops too much. You're saying, what's the motive? What's the motive of that kind of flip-flop? It ain't just like Marjorie Taylor Greene did just flip-flop a little bit. She's literally taking pictures with the people from Cold Pink, the Free Palestine crowd. Then she says in a statement that we've been friends for like 2 years. Well, you didn't say that? Because you was the same one saying that you couldn't criticize Donald Trump. It was only rhinos criticizing Donald Trump. Now, you say that Donald Trump changed everything. I don't agree with everything Donald Trump does. Nobody can argue about the border being secure, though. But I won't become unhinged, that you got to go against everything Donald Trump says. Because Candace Owens has kind of bagged herself in that corner that she has to disagree with everything Donald Trump says. See, once you make that point that you got to disagree, even when a person is right, you're going to find yourself in a really odd situation. But when Tucker Carlson had left Fox News or got fired or whatever you want to call it, I remember the text messages, and those are things I can't get out of my mind. In those text messages, Tucker Carlson specifically said he hated Donald Trump. He was glad Donald Trump lost. He said that. And he said that we can stop pretending like Donald Trump did anything good. He didn't. And to this day, I've never heard anybody ask Tucker Carlson about those text messages. It's his phone. I haven't heard one person, not Clay and Buck, not Sean Hannity, not Laura Ingraham, not Meg Kelly, not Candace Owens. Nobody is asking him about the text messages. Because you got to explain that to me. Because you can't go to that extreme and just think I'm going to ignore that. No, I'm not going to forget it. Now he's over here in Qatar. And in one clip, I know you just saw it, but now he said a demon scratched him and some stuff. I'm going to play that clip too. Maybe there is a demon in you, but here's the thing. Demons cannot possess Christians. So if a demon is in you, on you, scratching you, that may mean something else because Christians cannot be demon possessed. I don't know if you knew that or not. If you're a non-believer, you can be demon possessed, but a Christian can't be demon possessed. So I don't know why the demon is scratching Tucker Carlson, but he said it. This is not my words. This is Tucker's words saying something about a demon was scratching him. I'll let you the clip, but I want to first play the clip of him in Qatar. He said he was buying a house in Qatar. I don't know if you heard that or not. Tucker's buying a house in Qatar. Must be nice. Must be nice. Even though he said they haven't given him any money. I don't know if I believe him all the way. I mean, he could be telling the truth. He got plenty. It ain't like he need the money. But as far as he was in CIA, and did you guys, speaking of Tucker Carlson, did you guys know that did you see the story about the Michigan coach? It's kind of a bizarre story. I'm not gonna cover it right now. I have to do it another time. But the Michigan coach got fired, but I didn't know all the details. I did find some more details. It ain't just he was just having an affair with one of the staff members. He almost got her salary doubled. I think he got 3 kids under 10 years of age. And wait a minute, let me see if I play right quick before I get to the Tucker, because I just thought it was a bizarre story. And I think this is like only his 2nd year at Michigan. Maybe that's why y'all couldn't beat Ohio State. Maybe that's the problem y'all had with beating Ohio State, because you couldn't keep it zipped up, fella. Where's that coaches? I thought this was a bizarre story. Have y'all heard about this story?
For domestic subject is called.
So this is the woman he was cheating with, but he has a wife and 3 kids. And on the 911 call, he starts saying he was gonna kill himself. Something about she got pregnant, and he busts down her door, threatening her, telling people he's gonna kill himself. This is the head coach of Michigan. This man was making $6 million a year. He threw $6 million a year away for some punani. You talk about stupid. I mean, this is the epitome of stupid, but I didn't know all the details when they released that statement, but I ain't gonna talk about it right now. I don't know if I deal with it later, but I wanted to bring Tucker Carlson in. Tucker Carlson, this is Tucker Carlson. I think this is him in Qatar. Tucker in Qatar. Now, I don't know. I think he said he was buying a house over in Qatar. Hey, maybe it's a free world. If you want to, he gets mad at some little kid at some kind of event, because he told us almost like he was gonna kick the little kid. I think he said he was gonna kick his ass. Now, I don't know if Tucker Carlson, he ought to be smart enough to know this. If they know Tucker Carlson is coming, what they're gonna do is that they're gonna put on their best foot forward in Qatar. I think Qatar has more slaves than any country right now, and they don't have but 350,000 native Qatarians. I think is how you pronounce it. They're Qatarians or what, but they got a lot of slaves in Qatar still. I think the majority of the Muslim population is from India, if I'm not mistaken. They got like 700,000 Muslims from India, but only about 350 of original Qatarians, if that's how you say it. But Tucker don't have a problem with that, but they still got slaves today, Tucker. Don't they murder the LGBTQ over there? And I don't understand why Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth was so hungry over Qatar, because Qatar is not our friend. They were sponsoring Hamas. It's a well-known fact. I'm not going to argue what they was doing this and that. As a matter of fact, they're the ones who actually owns Al Jazeera. Muslim, they in bed with Muslim Brotherhood, but I'm sure Tucker Carlson knows this because he's real smart. But Al Jazeera is nothing but a damn subsidiary of Qatar. I think they funded, and I think it's ran from over there and everything else. They got a lot of natural resources. Hell, everybody over there ought to be a millionaire, much as natural resources as they got. But they're in bed with Muslim Brotherhood, and Tucker Carlson seems to think that this is acceptable behavior. He's all happy and gung ho about it.
Due to war in Gaza, most of them needs children with special needs, or they are.
How many have 2 parents?
Is Tucker gonna turn Muslim? So I think this is some kind of school for the mentally handicapped or disabled, and they're trying to act as if they do all this great work and stuff over here. I don't care what Donald Trump said. Qatar is not our friend. I don't care what Pete Hegseth or nobody else says.
I was 2 years old. My friends were the same age. أنا هامل الأول يا دكتور إبراهيم.
كلام انجليزي ولا ترجمه؟
Yeah. When come back and inside and when inside.
Now, this next clip, because I'm gonna play the Tucker flip flop in a second here, but I wanted to play this clip of Tucker getting mad at this student for telling him that his dad is in the CIA. He don't really say nothing bad about his daddy, but it's a known fact that Tucker's dad was in the CIA.
8 months or something like that. It's a long time. Your dad was in the CIA, and I was wondering, does our government even want war to stop? Do they want conflicts to end? It seems like we have a difference of interests where we're getting told one thing and the other is happening, and I feel like there's not enough communication between different sects of government, and I really think the deep state's controlling everything, and we have no control.
Well, let me start.
Listen to Tucker. Tucker gonna keep on threatening the guy because he got mad because he said his dad is in the CIA, which his dad was in the CIA.
Obviously, you probably sense that I agree with a lot of that. Obviously, leave my father out of it. I'm gonna have to kick your ass, which I could do, by the way, if you bring him up again, because he was a wonderful.
See, this is part of Tucker's personality. I don't got nothing personal against Tucker Carlson. I used to like Tucker Carlson. I really did. I used to like Tucker Carlson. I used to have what amount of respect for him. But this is my humble opinion on Tucker Carlson. From the stuff he says in public and the stuff he says behind closed doors, he's a complete phony. Because that's what he actually does. He says one thing, and then he turn around and completely says something in private. Just like everybody now gets mad if you say something about Candace Owens, because Candace Owens is against all Jews. Now, if you look at the history of Candace Owens, no offense, this makes you mad, but the reason Candace Owens is popular and rich right now is because of the Jews. Because when her and Charlie Kirk was, quote, touring the country, trying to get Turning Point USA started, according to her testimony, there were rich Jews backing you, right? When you did that. Now, if I was her husband, I wouldn't, you could report the news, but it seemed like she is more loyal to another man than just her own husband. I'm just saying. But then when she started working for Prager University, Jew, Ben Shapiro, Jew. So all of the stuff you actually was working for was Jews, but now you tell me you hate the Jews, but that's who made you famous, really? So I'm having a hard time when somebody gets you famous, then you say, okay, I got the money now. No, I don't like you no more. I just got a problem with that. So I just said don't take the money in the first place. That's why there's a lot of things I could have did. I didn't take it because you're not going to tell me what to do. And I have a hard time with somebody trying to tell me I can't talk about a certain thing. I only talk about this. I don't like people telling me that. And it didn't work out well for me. I guess in the long run, it didn't work out well because I got a lot of trouble by not just sticking with the people who was, because I used to get my videos promoted a lot, even by the Tea Party, until I started disagreeing with their hypocrisy, and then they didn't like that either, so they got mad. I told them I don't really care. You can get mad all you want to, but Tucker Carlson seems to me, he does a lot of flip-flopping too. And watch how he keeps threatening his kid though.
Man, whatever, he did for a living. So I really do hate that. But leaving that aside, and don't test me, son.
So he's acting like he's joking, but he's really not joking. He's pretending, trying to make humor with it, but he's serious about this. See, you don't understand that he's serious. He's not really playing.
I hate to say I agree with a lot of what, I think you probably know I agree with a lot of.
So that was Tucker then. Now, I'm going to play the clip of Tucker Carlson flip-flopping. Now, I don't do this because I got disdain for Tucker Carlson. I don't really got any action. I just don't like people being phony. I just like, if I talk to you off air, I want you to give me that same energy off air. Because if you say one thing on air and then when you get off air, you say something completely different. I just got a problem with that. Now, most politicians are like that. Most politicians, Republicans and Democrats, they don't really believe what they're actually saying most of the time. And if truth be told, most of them are friends. The Republicans and the Democrats are friends. Because if they wouldn't, they'll have disdain for the people who're trying to destroy the country. Why don't you have disdain for those people? Somebody was trying to break in your house and kill you. Wouldn't you have disdain for them? Maybe, I mean, I will. But here is Tucker. I think this is, let me see the contradiction. What does that do with it? Oh, here it is.
Struck by that in everything you see come from the government of Iran, there's anti-Semitism, which has got to be among the most off-putting things in the West.
See, he was talking about anti-Semitism when he was on Fox News, on and on and on and on.
Western world. No, I think what you say is you either stop your nuclear program or we will bring down an earthquake upon you using God's wrath.
See, now, it's funny about that is because when the Trump organization or the Trump administration said they was going to go over and blow up the nuclear sites of Iran, I said they should do it. Now, I think it was Candace and Tucker and some other people says they only did it because the Jews told them to do it. Well, no, because Iran has been telling us that they wanted to kill us. We're the big Satan and Israel's a little Satan. I don't blindly support Israel because I think it's, especially when people start trying to read into the Bible saying different things, because last time I checked, the Apostle Paul was a Jew too, and he don't think all Jews go to heaven either. So I don't know how you're going to out-Jew Paul. And according to the ancestries of the Lord Jesus Christ, they say he was Jew too, right? And he disagreed. The Pharisees and the scribes who was trying to kill him, they were Jews too. And he said their father was the devil. So we can't blindly say all Jews go to heaven. It's a ridiculous statement when the Bible don't really even say that. You're going to get one text out of the Old Testament and you're going to say those who bless Abraham. Well, it depends. I don't want to give a biblical lesson right now, but I didn't talk about that many times before because people get mad. They try to tell me, you don't know what you're talking about. Of course, get yourself worked up all you want to. Now, I heard that it was a couple of people upset that usually come in our chat. They were upset with me about something. Now, I'm not going to call their name because they didn't say anything directly to me. So I think I laugh at some of the comments. I think it's funny. I don't get all in my feelings of some unless they get real personal with it. And then I don't get my feelings too. I just do an insult. Because I kind of like insulting people. I know, pray for me because I kind of like doing it. Sometimes I be saving like insults. I do a stockpile of insults to wait for that particular person to say something. And I already got my insult like, I come out with the ammunition because I already be waiting for it. Like I had insults for Tucker before he even did it because I knew he was going to do it too. Some people I be knowing they're going to do something. They're going to say something because I can tell by what they're usually doing. And I got 8 cents. But here's Tucker.
I do think, I'm sure I'm the lone voice in saying this, I think Iran deserves to be annihilated. I think they're lunatics. I think
he said in 2012, Tucker says Iran needs to be annihilated. But when Donald Trump got ready to go over and they annihilated their nuclear site, didn't kill nobody. Everybody said we was going to be in World War III. I'm waiting. I don't think World War III has started yet, even though Ukraine is losing more land. That's why Zelensky wants to try to talk a peace deal now. You don't have anything to negotiate with. I mean, that's almost like a team is in the Super Bowl and they getting their hat just handed to them. It's 35-7. It is in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes on the clock. And you say, I want to negotiate. Let's call it a tie. You don't have nothing to negotiate with. Technically, Ukraine don't have nothing to negotiate with now. Russia's already decimated you. And Zelensky and all of those people who work for him was getting rich off the American taxpayers. Now, ask yourself this question before we get back to Tucker. Ask yourself this question. Please answer me this, Batman. How is it possible that Joe Biden was allowing a crackhead, Hunter Biden, to go over? Hunter was sitting on the board of Burisma. We already know it was corruption. The Republicans knew about it. Did they do anything to Hunter Biden? Absolutely not. It's obvious that Hunter was selling influence through his dad. And when Barack Obama was the president, Joe Biden was the point man for Ukraine. On video, Joe Biden says that he got the prosecutor fired because there was corruption going on. Just so happened his son, the crackhead, was sitting on the border. He don't speak Ukrainian or Russian or whatever they speak over there. He knows nothing about energy. The only reason that they had him on the board is for influence with his father. And Joe Biden didn't live up to those expectations. He confessed he got him fired pro bono. They should have got him. They should have got Joe Biden indicted on that right there. But the Republicans wouldn't do anything. Just like they can't get a grand jury now to indict Big Tish, even though the documents clearly states she did fraud on mortgage fraud, but we can't get none of them prosecuted. But they took a former president, Donald Trump, through 4 different court systems on trumped up charges, rewriting laws. Statute had ran out. They called it something else, upgraded a misdemeanor to a freaking felony. And the judge said, do multiple charges so we can convict him. And the Republicans have all of the evidence to prove that they're breaking the law, and they won't do a damn thing. And when they do something, so-called conservatives upset, like they're blowing up the boats from Venezuela. They just seized one, an oil rig or 2 going to Cuba somewhere. And these so-called Republicans are upset about it. I'm no warmonger, but if I think you bringing drugs over, you say, well, we don't know if drugs is on there. Well, don't come over. Because you want us to go over and seize them, I guess, bring them back with their drugs, let the liberals send lawyers down to defend them. They're in international war, blow the boat up. Stop getting the blow if you don't want to get blowed up. Hell is you talking about? Stupidity.
They're evil.
Netanyahu says, no, we need to bomb the hell out of them. We need to defeat them like we defeated Saddam and Assad and Gaddafi. We need to.
Well, technically, I'm going to correct him on this particular point. I know he's supposed to be a history guru, but the reason we ripped in Iran, you don't try to blame it on just Israel. As Dick Cheney, George Bush, Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, that was the Republicans who insisted on going over there, talking about weapons of mass destruction. They knew they were lying about weapons of mass destruction when they said it. They knew they were lying, but yet they still went over there because they don't have any regard really for telling the truth. And after that, they still won't admit it. George Bush is still trying to act like he didn't know, which I know he's lying. And then what about Gaddafi? Why did we kill Gaddafi? Nobody's giving me a good explanation on why we killed Gaddafi. Now, Hillary thought it was funny, but here's my thing. If you kill Gaddafi because he's mistreating his people, that means you got to go over and take out the president of China and every other damn country, including our own leaders over here. He mistreating his people. That's not a national threat to our sovereignty because he's mistreating his people. In Africa, they mistreat their people. Hell, in Ukraine, they mistreat.
Take out this evil regime. That's his line.
So it's not about nukes, what you're saying. You're saying it's not about nukes, it's about regime change.
I think for sure.
Okay, they destroyed the nuclear sites and nobody did a regime change. Not, at least not yet. Maybe they may still do it, but they haven't done it yet.
Ex-Fox News host blasts complicit president for backing Israel after attacks in Iran. He says the real divide isn't between people who support Israel and people who support Iran or the Palestinians. The real divide is between those who casually encourage violence and those who seek to prevent it. Between warmongers and peacemakers. Who are the warmongers? They would include anyone who is calling Donald Trump today to demand airstrikes and other direct U.S. military involvement in the war with Iran.
So there you have it. And I mean, I can go get clips of these people just back and forth contradicting themselves, flip-flopping. They all do it. They'll say one thing, and then 2 months later, 3 months later, it's completely opposite. Not that the person has got to go. They just changed the concept of what they believe in. I just find it hard to believe that you can change that damn much in such a short period of time. Now, I want to play the clip of Tucker Carlson. This one is him. I think he got a demon in his house, and the demon scratched him. He said, ask his wife to The demon scratched Tucker. He said the demon scratched him. I thought that was kind of funny. Let me see if I can get the one. Tucker getting scratched by a demon. Don't you hate that when that happens? The demon scratches him. But here's Tucker. I believe in demon possession, but I don't think a believer is supposed to be getting attacked by a demon like that. I don't think they do they?
Here. A lot. Yeah, I like it.
No, that's him arriving at Qatar.
You have been.
By the way, I'm an American. I can go wherever I want and speak to anyone I want to because I'm a free man. That's the promise of my country. And some are seeking to change that and to put our population into mental bondage, and I'm not participating in that.
And when you've questioned AIPAC and you've questioned things, are you facing a consequence and a backlash now day to day?
I have a right to say what I think. I'm an American citizen, period.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I not get that one Tucker being possessed by the demons? Wait a minute. I could have swore I downloaded that one, but it won't take me long to find it. I could have swore I did download, but I didn't, I guess. Oh, here it is.
It was on February 20th, 2023. I was attacked in my bed by a spiritual being and clawed.
He said he was attacked by a spiritual being. Let me tell you something. Angels don't attack you, so it had to be a demon.
And left bleeding and scarred. And do I understand what happened? No, of course I don't. I don't really understand anything, but...
Did y'all take pictures of you being scratched? Because I want to see the pictures. I don't know if I believe it. Now, I've seen people who's been demon possessed. You've heard stories about people demon possessed, but they usually don't get a physical attack. It's an inner something attacking him. Now, he could have been scratching himself. I don't really know. Demons are real. I'm not doubting that. But I do doubt if they scratched him because it seems to me you would have took pictures. Now, he may have pictures. I don't know.
That did happen to me. I don't care if people believe me or not. It did. And I think it was just a momentary glimpse of something that's happening at all times, which is, again, this war between forces that we can't see, not since we dropped the atomic bomb in Nagasaki, the second one in August of 1945, and decided that we were gods and the God himself no longer existed. Since then, we have been a secular society, and that's why we're now being destroyed, in my view. I care about this country and what happened to it after 1945, and it's a very clear demarcation line, and it seems obvious to me that nuclear weapons are demonic. There's no upside to them at all, and that anyone who claims otherwise is either ignorant or doing the bidding of the forces that created nuclear technology.
Stop right there. Why nuclear weapons may be evil, if you don't have nuclear weapons, we would have got destroyed already if we didn't have nuclear weapons. Now, I'm not saying we do everything right because we don't. Our government has done a bunch of corruption. We've overturned governments and everything else. But to say you want us to do away, because Russia and China and the rest of them are not going to do away with their nuclear weapons. So while they may be evil, they're necessary now. You can't give up your nuclear weapons now. That is for sure. Let me give a couple of shout outs for some sponsorship here. Let me see here. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Lauren Lateach, who's a monthly supporter. God bless you there, Ms. Lauren Lateach. My man, Mark Andrews, he said he hit me up yesterday. I thought I gave you a shout out yesterday, Mark. Let me give Mark two of them then. My man, Mark Andrews said I hit you up yesterday. I'm sorry about that, brother Mark. Let me get you two. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all that support. I didn't see. I thought I actually had hit you up yesterday, but I apologize for that, my brother. Here is let's see if I can. Did I play the rest of that? Hold on a minute. I think it's oh my man Howard too. Big boy Howard, the Marine, hit us up also. What's going on there, Howard, my brother? But you know, sometimes even like for Christmas, it don't, I don't know. I'm not saying, I know some of you real emphatic, you say, I don't celebrate Christmas. It wasn't Jesus' birthday. Does anybody really think that December the 25th was Jesus' birthday? Of course it wasn't Jesus. But who's being fooled by that? And no, they didn't use trees back in the day. But see, this is the thing that gets me though. Somebody wants to be emphatic on, because I think you can celebrate the birth of Jesus, right? You can do that. They said it used to be a secular holiday. Of course it was. Easter was too. But see, the same people who be emphatic on that, you can go look at some other stuff that's contradicting all over the place about the Bible. I think it is too commercialized now. Because I don't think people used to enjoy time with their family during the holidays. It was a good time to spend time with your family, reminisce, spending time with your family. It just seemed like it ain't that it's so much commercialized. Just that people seem like they ain't grateful for a damn thing no more. That's what the Christmas spirit seems like now, that nobody's grateful for anything hardly.
Technology in the first place, which are not human forces, obviously. And let me just ask you this, which I've asked a million people at dinner parties, but never in public. What was the moment we can point to that nuclear technology was invented? You know, we can point to Isaac Newton and say what apple fell on his head, or we can point to Albert Hoffman in his lab messing around with the ergot bacteria. That's when LSD was made. I've never met a person who can isolate the moment where nuclear technology became known to man. And so where did it come from exactly? Oh, German scientists in the 30s. Really, when? Name the date. And I've never heard anybody do that. It's very clear to me that these are demonic.
So the nuclear weapons are demonic. Are you saying the demons created them? Maybe an alien created the nuclear weapon.
I mean, these are evil. Their only purpose is to destroy the innocent.
Of course, I agree. Just like the guy who invented dynamite, didn't he also invent the Nobel Peace Prize after he created dynamite?
To murder the innocent. They've only been used once, and I think there's an interesting ethical debate about their use. Was Truman right or whatever? But if you take 3 steps back, you could say, well, wait a second. If you end up killing, incinerating tens of thousands of civilians, that's just a bad thing. Let's just be honest. That's just a bad thing. And anyone who does that is going to pay consequences. It's just true. And by the way, the fact the second bomb was dropped on the Christian population of Japan, which was majority in Nagasaki. In fact, it was sighted in on a church in Nagasaki. Was that an accident? Why Nagasaki exactly? And by the way, why has every subsequent American war resulted in disproportionately the deaths of Christians? That would include Vietnam, by the way, where the Catholic population was decimated, up to and including Iraq and Syria.
Well, I agree with him on that. Sometimes we went to war for the exact wrong thing, and it's absurd if you think that every time we went to war was for the benefit of this country, because that's a joke. My man Anthony Pearson says, did you see? He said, did you see Omar's brother? He's gay. Oh, he's fruity. Anthony, he's fruity as a $3 bill. Only reason she married him is to get him in the country, but that boy is fruity as can be. Oh, he make Barack Obama look masculine. Matter of fact, RuPaul is more masculine than Omar's brother. He's suspect as I don't know what. But I'm glad you brought that up, Anthony, because why is it that the Republicans allowed her to marry her brother, to get him in here for citizenship, and then let her be elected in office? The Republicans are so damn cowardice. As soon as you say, well, I was going to listen to the doctor of common sense, but he insulted somebody that I really like. That's how wimpy we are over here. We get that upset with name calling. Omar broke every law you can name. Campaign finance laws, you name it. Now she's married her campaign finance guy, and they even got rich. And nobody goes to jail on all the crimes she's broken. And all those Somali who stole, it's more than 1 billion. Some people said 7 or 8 billion. They were giving money to Tim Walz and everybody else. By the way, I think what's his name? What's the Montpelier guy name? God, I forgot his name. Mike Lindell. I heard Mike Lindell is running for governor down in Minnesota. That would be something if he wins. But woo, Tim Walz got to go. Freaking lunatic. I mean, he is the epitome of a damn lunatic. But I want to, speaking of lunatics, because, there's a lot of people keep on saying, is Michelle Obama going to run? And they keep getting it wrong. I keep getting it right. But they won't say nothing about that. Oh, I got to miss, because I want to get to Michelle here. Who's that? I just saw. Oh, Miss S. Ford. God bless you, Miss S. Ford just hit us up for a super chat. And she says, I didn't just, I just saw my screens popping up late over here for some reason. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Oh, here it is. And I just looked over. Miss S. Ford said, congrats on the much deserved monetization, Doc. Well, God bless you so much, Miss S. Ford, and thank you for all the support. And I hope you and the husband are doing great over there, Miss S. Ford. I don't know if you want me to say your first name, because I always put S. Ford because that's what it says in there. I don't want to say your whole name unless you want me to. Who is that? No Excuse Lifestyle, Rock Cage 4159 says, what's up, Doc? I've been watching since 2016. I don't catch your live show often, but always watch the playbacks every morning. Keep up the good work. Keep on speaking facts, brother. I appreciate that. No Excuse. I like that title too. No Excuse Lifestyle, Rocket Cage. I like that, brother. And I appreciate that. Oh, I should just hit Miss S4 like this. That's how I can, if you give in the live chat, I'll put you up here to give you a shout out. It says Ford. I appreciate that, brother. And glad you can catch us on the live. It's a bunch of madness going around, brother. I'm telling you. It's like we're losing our damn mind in this country. I just want people to be able to speak the truth. I don't care about your skin color. I don't care about your political affiliation. I don't care if you're Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, Catholic, Muslim. How about we just tell the damn truth? But it seems like whenever you criticize somebody that somebody can like, you can have facts to back up what you're saying about them, and they'll get mad about it. Not even address what you just said. They get up mad. They get all bent out of shape. So I know what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna buy me a doll. No, not to play with. I'm gonna buy a doll, and I promise you I'm gonna buy a doll. And what I'm gonna do with this doll is that I'm gonna get me some pins. And whenever somebody say they got butt hurt, I'm gonna pick the doll up and say, show me where it hurts at. And I'm gonna poke the doll where it hurts you at. Because some people get themselves really upset. And they used to do this to me all the time before they took me off and brought me back on. They used to tell me, man, I was mad at you for 2 months, Doc, because you said something about such and such. I said, are you over it now? And I used to always tell them, show me where it hurt at. Show me how I hurt you about some words I said. Show me how you got hurt. There's some people mad at me right now. They still ain't gonna never listen to them again because they got mad. And then I said, okay, show me something I said that was so wrong or so offensive. Now I joke around a lot. Sometimes people get mad and say, that's cruel. You shouldn't say stuff like that. Like they don't like me making fun of Michelle Obama. Speaking of Michelle Obama, it's a good time to piggyback into Michelle Obama. Now, some people wants to know if Michelle Obama is running for office. I keep telling people this. I am the Obama expert. No matter what nobody else says about the Obamas, you come get the information from me first. I was one of the first ones that said Barack Obama, the boy is gayer than RuPaul. I had family members. I had blacks online, guilty whites online telling me, I dare you, you should be proud. I said, he's lying about what he said he believes in. He's a communist. So communists, just like Muslims, they have a right to lie to you until they get in power. And y'all let him in office, even though I told you. Now, here's the thing. I already know Michelle Obama is not going to run for office because, and I hope she does. I want to be wrong. In 2016, they had all of these people, bunch of conservatives even some liberals saying Michelle Obama's going to run, and your doctor said emphatically, none of those people know what they're talking about. Michelle Obama's not going to run. You got to study people sometime. Now, see, like Barack Obama, he lacks the line. He lacks the spotlight. He don't care about you talking noise about him. You're not going to embarrass Barack Obama by talking noise about him, because don't forget, Barack Obama is the same fella who wrote a love letter to his girlfriend telling her how he was dreaming about having relations with men. And here's the kicker. He says there's really not no difference between male and female when it comes to sex. That's what the former president said. And some people got mad at me because I just called it out. I just called the obvious, and they say, you can't be doing that. I dare you say such things like that. Why are you trying to dog? And some blacks told me that I was the water boy for the white man because I was talking about Barack Obama. I was the water boy. They say, you coon, you Uncle Tom. Why you have so much fun with them Negroes? I really did. It really used to make my day. I had this one guy. He was really, really hood. Well, at least the pictures, he thought he was hood. Whatever. And I was really scared though. But anyway, and he got himself really worked up because I was bashing. I said, Michelle Obama ain't never been pregnant. And I still say today, you will not find one picture of Michelle Obama being pregnant. I don't care what nobody says. And if you go Google it, it's going to say that she took in vitro, but that she I don't care if she took in vitro, she did not never get pregnant. Michelle Obama's never been pregnant. She don't have one picture of her being pregnant. Because technically, if she did get pregnant, it wouldn't be by Barack. Because Michelle and Barack Obama has never consummated their marriage. I stand by what I said. Just like I said it, told everybody, Barack Obama don't believe in traditional marriage. He's lying to you. He's not a Christian. He's for Muslims, and he's also for the gay agenda. That's why he promoted the Muslim Brotherhood, the Muslims, and the gay agenda when he was the president. Show me the communities, the black community that Barack Obama made better. Show me one. Show me one in Chicago that he made better. I used to always give him, I said, here you are, you same freaking tap dancing Negroes who's so upset with Donald Trump about everything, but you same tap dancing Negroes didn't say a damn thing. Barack Obama said, show me the neighborhood that Barack Obama made it better. If he sold Mr. Black Power, tell him to go live in the black neighborhood then. All black neighborhood, go live there. He won't do that. Got a place in the Martha's Venue. And by the way, I still haven't found out the fellow who drowned, the chef who drowned in Mar-a-Lago. Don't you find that just a little damn suspicious? Just a little bit. Miss Dana had just became a member. God bless you, Miss Dana. Let me give you I just click on it now. Miss Dana just let me click on this to make sure. Miss Dana Dane became a YouTube member. God bless you, Miss Dana. Where's old Scott Karachi at? Y'all not mad at each other. I just want to make sure. Clever don't like what I do. She said they could be arguing. You saying and my man Jay Sean the Dragon in his house just became a member too. We got a couple of videos that if you're a member you can see. We'll try to upload one a day in the members only thing. And we can get a little bit more like raunchy on the members only thing because YouTube allows you to do that and you can say things you couldn't say. There's a couple of them over there right now. You can go ahead and check them out if you want to after we get off our live. But God bless you there, Jay Sean. Appreciate that. Who else we got that just became a member too? Looks like Reverend Rick 62. What's going on, Reverend Rick? Is that a guitar in your hand now, Reverend Rick? What kind of music you play? We might have to get you to do a theme song. Reverend Rick, we might have to get you to do a theme song for the show. You know, nobody sent us any happy birthday video. We told you to do a 10-second clip, 10, 15, 20-second clip of singing happy birthday. When every time somebody have a birthday, we're going to put them all together And we're gonna I haven't got one video yet, but this weekend me and Clever's gonna do the Taste the Biscuit song. I'm gonna be on the organ too. I'm gonna be the organ player. And Clever gonna have the microphone. She gonna be jamming like this right here. We gonna do it. She thinks she ain't gonna chicken out either. I told her I don't want to hear none of that chickening out no more. We said we're gonna do it. We gonna do it. Damn it. And we're gonna sing that song. Well, God bless you, there, Reverend Rick. Yeah, Michele. They want to know if Michele. Now I got a couple of clips of Michelle Obama too. Michelle Obama has never been pregnant. Barack Obama is not interested in women. Period. And I've said this from the jump street, not to just bash Barack Obama, but it was true, and I knew it was true. And people got mad because I said it. But here's Michelle Obama. What gets me is that the woman's so damn angry still. I just don't understand. You remember the statement she said about the kids? Now, Michelle Obama's not running for office, but I hope I'm wrong. I want Michelle Obama to run in 2028. And the reason she's not running is because she's too damn thin-skinned. Barack Obama don't care about you criticizing him because anybody can take a 12-incher in the backside, doesn't mind getting insulted. I'm just saying. I mean, if we're going to keep it 100, which I like to do, you must be moo, moo, moo. Here's Michelle Obama saying that y'all are not ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. She said y'all not ready for a woman, so don't come asking her to run. Oh, please, Michelle, would you please run? Run, Forrest, run. Here's her talking to Donna Ross's daughter. She's another one who's always race baiting too. That's what I find fascinating. Like, I don't understand how a person who's mixed can hate white people when you're half white. I just don't make no sense to me. Or if you hate black people and you're half black, I don't get that mindset of people who can somehow hate the whole race about something because nobody had anything to do with who their parents are. You don't get to choose your parents. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But here's Michelle Obama telling y'all that she's not going to run because y'all not ready for it. Y'all not ready.
So thank you all for being there for us.
Oh, Reverend Rick said he was on a submarine in the Navy. Well, God bless you for your service there, brother.
You stepped into a role that carried a preconceived idea of femininity and wifedom that was founded on the landmines of race.
Now, you know, this is Donna Ross's daughter. Y'all know that, right? Tracy's son. I can't remember my last name.
Racism and misogyny. What the First Lady wears is one of the main ways.
And I don't know why she's always talking about race. Her father's white, if I'm not mistaken, right? Why are you always talking about race?
Which you've already said that a First Lady has talked about. It comes with so much historical expectation. How do you feel about the fact that the First Lady is an archetype for wifedom and femininity?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that. It's, you know,
Michelle Obama really thinks somebody's going to listen to her advice. She kills me thinking she just really giving you some advice or something. Listen to a damn thing you say. You're so sick of it. Like she's going to lecture some damn body. You can't lecture no damn body. Always talking about lecturing some damn body. Well, this is how I see it. I see it like this right here. Oh, please tell me what you really think, Michelle. I'm waiting for Michelle Obama to give me the advice because I need the advice from Big Mike.
it is a completely throwback on. It's a definition that has no current status in how women actually show up in the world today.
Do you think that that impacts the room that we've made for a woman to be president?
Well, as we saw in this past election, sadly, we ain't ready.
We ain't
That's
ready.
why I'm like, don't even look at me about running because you all are lying. You're not ready for.
You hear this? Like people just begging, don't even look for me to run. I would run and win, but y'all just not ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. She said, don't even look to her. So in other words, if you guys don't criticize her and act like she's wonderful all the damn time, then she may consider running. Until you're willing to let her run without criticizing her, damn it, don't ask her. Oh, please, Michele, would you please run for office? We want you to run for office so bad. My man Anthony Pearson says that the reason that Omar's brother had to get in this country because they was gonna throw him off a building. You may have a point there, brother. Because over there they will throw you off a building. Thanks for that donation too, brother. See, they will throw you off a building over there in a minute, in a doggone minute. My man Scott Carace just became the Italian Stallion. Just became a member over on YouTube. God bless you there, brother Scott. Good to see you. What they said, tell us what weather is like up there being. These people, watch Michele, and Michele is feeling herself. She's feeling herself. She's feeling herself. Feeling herself. She be really feeling herself too, boy. And she think we really care about what she think. We don't care, Michele. We don't.
Woman, you are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
A lot of men don't think they can be led by a woman. Well, can you introduce us to a woman, Big Mike?
I just said, we don't need to ask it again. You answered it.
So,
femininity, wifedom.
Yeah. I mean, I think we still have growing to do in that regard.
Isn't this funny? This heifer, her riches, her and her sissified husband riches to us, this country. And all she does is get on here. She's still whining. They let your freaking queer husband with a fake birth certificate be the president for 8 years. She's still whining. When y'all came in office, your net worth may have been a little over $1 million, maybe $2 million. I don't really know. But your net worth today is, what is it, like 70, 80 million, 100 million? And she's bitter. Never in the history of the world have somebody with such less talent made so much money and been so ungrateful on top of that. Now, you remember when she was talking about this is her talking about, it's not that really a big deal having babies, you know. Well, of course, you wouldn't know anything about that because you never had one. Me and Michele been pregnant the same amount of times. Yeah, me and her been pregnant the same amount of time, me and Big Mike. Remember she said she can finally feel, she can feel good about America now?
Tell you something, for the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country because it feels like hope is finally making a comeback.
But what we've learned over this year is that hope is making a comeback.
Is it?
It is making a comeback, and let me tell you something. For the first time in my adult lifetime, I'm really proud of my country.
You're proud because you're finna get all them freebies, huh?
Oh, thank you all for being there for us.
Wait a minute, this is not the right one. Wait a minute, I'm gonna get that one off there. I wanted to put this one up because this has something to do with, I think she was talking about, was she talking about birth in this? I can't remember. Because one of them she was talking about the birth. I thought that was the one, but I don't think that's the one. Hold on a minute. She was talking about kids in this one, I think.
And it worked out, but one time Sasha got T-boned. Literally, her car totaled. Some lady T-boned her. And you get this call that Sasha was in an accident. The car was totaled. And then I thought, ooh, I hope the lady that hit her is okay. Could you imagine, right?
Yes.
Like, you T-bone like Sasha Obama.
Yes.
And then their agents. So I'm also like thinking about them in the world, right?
Right.
So, you know, the day-to-day kind of challenges that any parent has with teenagers, we had it on 100.
Amplified.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I long
I ain't never seen nobody play victim so damn much. It's disgusting. I never seen so many people who like being a victim. Like, one thing I despise is being a victim. I hate being a victim. But these people, like, they take, like, wear it with a badge of honor. Look at me. We had it so bad. Our kids had it so bad. First of all, to make your damn kids. You rented the kids.
Longed for the days when, you know,
I do not envy that.
Just right on the wall, will you? We can wash that off. You know, I just.
You know, it's so easy not to like Michelle Obama. It really is. It doesn't take much not to like her. She's such an unlikable person. The only one who compare with Michelle Obama not being liked, it may be Kamala Harris. Woo! I don't know. We gotta have a contest. Which person that's either in office or affiliated with somebody married in office that you cannot stand? Because another one I can't stand is like Mitch McConnell. I hate Mitch McConnell. I do. I despise Mitch McConnell. Can't stand it. Lindsey Graham is another I can't stand. But I want to play. This is Michelle Obama talking and telling you that men don't understand about being pregnant and all that. You damn right we don't. I don't want to find out either. I got much respect for women because most men couldn't take the pain of becoming pregnant because most men are whining about something else. I had one guy tell me he wasn't sure. I was a supervisor. He wasn't sure because he was having some allergy problem. I said, fool, you better take some allergy medicine and bring you behind the work. I'll fire you.
So many men have no idea about what women go through.
Neither do you, dude. They don't have no idea what women go through. Really, please tell us.
Right? We haven't been researched. We haven't been considered.
You haven't been researched. Okay. Who can we get a volunteer to go over and research Michelle? Because she says she needs to be researched. Michelle needs to be researched. She says she hadn't been researched. Really? I did not know that you need to get researched. We need to, who can volunteer to do a research? I love it. I love it. She wants to get research.
And it affects the way a lot of male lawmakers, a lot of male politicians, a lot of male religious leaders think about the issue of choice as if it's just about the fetus, the baby, but women's.
It's just about the fetus, the baby. Look how she talks about a birth of a child. It's just about the fetus.
Reproductive health is about our life. It's about this whole complicated reproductive system that does the least of what it does is produce life.
She said the least of what the reproductive system does is produce life. That's why I know she ain't had no kids. Because a woman who had kids cannot make no stupid statement like this. This is absurd. This woman has such a hate for mothers and everything else. My man, Reverend Rick 62, the Navy veteran, says, I'm Reverend Rick 62. God bless common sense and God bless America. God bless. You got that right. God bless America. I love America, the greatest country on earth. Oh, we're not perfect over here. And I hate most politicians, Brother Rick. But I tell you one thing, ain't no country I'd rather live in. They get themselves all worked up over there, but most of them won't even leave the country. But to tell you how rotten it is. See, you can be in this country and call it rotten. Some other countries that you go to, you couldn't call it rotten because they'll chop your head off and mail it home to your mammy. That's what they'll do. Bless you there, Brother Rick.
It's a very important thing that it does. But you only produce life if the machine that's producing it, if you want to, whittle us down to a machine.
She's calling women producing children a machine. See, this is why I know she's never been pregnant. Because one thing you can tell you about a woman who's had babies and one's had a couple of them, they'll tell you. That's why the Bible, when it says about that a woman gives birth, the pain, she forgets about the pain after she gives birth because the child is so precious. But the left has made this out of some political football, assassinating kids and stuff. Like, they don't even mourn over that. It's some things should make you mourn. Some stories you should see and you should say, you know what, that breaks my heart to see a story like that. But they don't even, it's like they don't have any shame anymore. And whenever a society, and especially when women become so unemotionally attached, or they're not emotionally attached to reality anymore, something as precious as a child, it becomes a slogan, my body, my choice, and it's a fetus. The women are the ones that keep men in line when it comes to the sensitive part. Like, if you have a mother and a father, the father is the protector, most of the time the breadwinner. The mother's the one who brings the nurturing part, keeps the family together. Like, if there's a grandmother and a grandfather, and if the grandmother dies first, all the family reunions and the get-togethers usually ceases. If the grandfather dies, even though he's a protector, people still come see grandma. That's how it is. But when you have a whole society of people and they decide that it's not valuable being a mother anymore, you're looking on it as a society that's declining, because to try to reduce motherhood to some contraption, just like a machine, or acting as giving birth is not something beautiful and a gift from God, you're on a slippery slope right there. And this is why Michelle Obama and the whole left really don't have any respect for life. They pretend like they want to protect the planet, always talking about protecting the planet because they want to preserve life. And then they promote glorified killing life. They're a walking contradiction, the left is, but that doesn't stop them.
If the machine is functioning in a healthy, streamlined
Don't understand why she keep calling it a machine.
kind of way, but there is no discussion or apparent connection between the two.
Oh, Reverend Rick 62 says, I meant to say I'm Rick Birdwell. My great grandpappy ran with Pretty Boy Floyd. Pride Matrix says Handmaid's Tale. Is that Monacan Mix said Big Mike has never birthed a child. She's too ignorant to have a podcast or to be invited to speak on anything. Imagine they're paying Michelle Obama a bunch of money to speak, and you have to pay me to go listen to Michelle Obama. Stacy Michael said, that's fascinating, Reverend Rick. Who's that? Amanda says, no, it's the most that it does. But she don't know any better. Parker 50 said, mother of 8, and I thank God that I could be fruitful. Yeah, that's a blessing, ain't it? Is that YL Parker 50 says she's the mother of 8. That is a blessing right there. See, that's what people used to say if Big Mama or Grandma had. My mom's mother, it was 15 or 16 of them, and they never took welfare. 15 or 16 of them. And with my dad's mother, it was, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it was 6 of them. That was considered a small family. Americans don't really produce kids that much no more. All the foreigners who come over are producing kids. I guess Americans have to work so hard in order to help take care of the foreigners' kids. But it's a blessing that to give life. I think it's a blessing. Vernice McCall, good to see you, Vernice. Vernice says, liar, liar, balls on fire. Vernice says, liar, liar, balls on fire. Who's that says, is that JL8253 said, Martin Nisbet and Anita Blanchard's daughters. That's facts. That's facts. 2 gay dudes cannot procreate. Oh my Lord. And you know what? Nobody used to get more upset Then when you talk about Michelle Obama, man, they used to get so mad. I used to get so much hate DMs because they were so upset I was talking about Big Mike. She's so angry. So angry. I don't know what her problem is, but hey, did I miss somebody? This what's crazy though is that a lot of people still listen to Michelle Obama. Was that Janine Smith said, yeah, she really has a way with words. Bam, 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 damn says, go Army, beat Navy. Sonia Swan says, Chanel looks like a manly Tootie. Was that Tootie from Facts of Life? Oh, Tootie from Facts of I remember Tootie. Was that Kim Fields, right? It was Kim Fields. Steak said, I've been outside the country, and let me tell you, I wouldn't live anywhere else myself. Facts, Brother Steaks. Nicole said is that two baby kids? Sky Karaji said, I've never seen a woman with ears that large.
Maybe but women's
I got one more clip of Michelle, and then I'm gonna play that little funny looking guy because that is a weird little dude. I can't even pronounce his damn name. He's so damn weird though. I think I had one more Michelle though. I think I got one more Michelle. Let's see. I can't remember what she was saying on this. This is when I was gonna play it first.
And it worked out, but one time Sasha got T-boned. Literally, her car totaled. Some lady T-boned her, and you get this call that Sasha was in an accident. The car was totaled, and then I thought, ooh, I hope the lady that hit her is okay. Could you imagine, right?
Yes.
Like you T-bone like Sasha Obama.
Yes.
And then they're agents. So I'm also like thinking about them.
Did she say they're Asian? You T-bone Sasha. It's my daughter. It's not your daughter.
In the world, right?
Right.
So, the day-to-day kind of challenges that any parent has with teenagers, we had it on 100.
Amplified.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. So I longed for the days when,
I do not envy that.
Just right on the wall, will you? We can wash that off. I was so glad when we got out of the White House. It was just like I wanted them to have the freedom of not having the eyes of the world on them. I mean, this
woman gets on my damn nerve. I've never seen a first lady whine this damn much. Every first lady, was there any first lady that didn't have kids besides Michelle Obama? But I didn't hear them whining as much as this. I've never seen a first lady whine so damn much. Damn.
Still are dealing with paparazzi and being who they are and trying to, carve out their own identity. But they got a lot of practice in those years in the White House. And so when people ask me, would I ever run? The answer is no. I mean, you then if you ask me that, then you have absolutely no idea the sacrifice that your kids make when your parents are in that role.
She makes me sick. Yeah, Jill has kids. Ashley is Jill's child, the one that Joe Biden was taking showers with. Ashley Biden, yeah, that's Jill's. Joe takes showers with her, at least according to Ashley.
Not only am I not interested in politics in that way, but the thought of like putting my girls back into that, No,
because everybody will start snooping. And is them really your kids or not? This is why I knew she wasn't running. I told you she got real thin skin and she don't like to be criticized. One thing you have to do if you're going to be a politician, you got to be thick-skinned because people talk trash about you. Now, I want to, before I get to this little crazy foreigner who's trying to impeach Donald Trump, I want to show you a clip of Omar. Now, if this ain't the If this ain't treason manifested, I don't know what is. I don't know how Omar can get away with all the stuff she gets away with saying, and Republicans don't do a damn thing about it. I can't stand this woman. So my answer to Somalians was that the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. You hear that? We Somalians must have that confidence in ourselves that we call for the shots. We call for the shots in the U.S. See, the reason that they can get away with this, a country that had strong leadership, no tolerance of foreigners trying to infiltrate us, there ain't no way in the hell she'll ever be in office. And she damn sure wouldn't have been in office talking like this. We become too weak. She said she will never be in danger. Can you believe that? She just says it right there. And guess what the Republicans gonna do? Not a damn thing. Now, before we get out, I want to bring this little fella back on again.
Clearly, we're not. Congressman. Question 2. Let me finish my questions. Question 2. Why did you mislead the American?
Why did you mislead? I like just slap the fire at him. I like slapping him so hard that damn wig will take off running off his head.
People, when you said that no American citizens have been arrested.
Are you American citizens? Because I just question whether he's legal or not. And I don't know, you need to give James Brown back his damn wig that he had on while he was in the casket.
Or detained by federal immigration agents. And my last question, number 3, Donald Trump said that your ICE agents haven't gone far enough. Do you think terrorizing American citizens and assaulting peaceful protesters isn't far enough?
Congressman, the Department of Homeland Security and this administration complies with all federal court orders. We always have and we always will.
Don't quote facts to this damn moron.
Not true.
And we will continue to appeal. And, sir, I will even tell you that at the highest court, at the Supreme Court, the Department of Homeland Security in our litigation has an over 90% success rate in winning at the highest court in our battle against activist judges across this country.
Madam Secretary,
we will continue to appeal. And then when it gets to the highest court,
she confused him by just keep talking over him.
And we get a decision, it is proven that we are right, that we have been compliant. I will also say,
Madam Secretary, let me.
Do you want me to answer your questions or not?
I do, but let me. You haven't been telling us the truth.
He said you haven't been telling us the truth.
Look, there have been at least 170 known cases of citizens being arrested or detained.
So what? For January the 6th, y'all arrested plenty then. So what?
By federal immigration agents.
Whenever they try to tell me, they try to make me feel bad. Well, what if some Americans got arrested? There's plenty of Americans got arrested before that says, so what? So what? I don't really care. What if Americans got detained? I've been detained before, so I don't really care.
Just this year alone. This is the truth. Are you lying to the American people right now?
Was your mama lying when she said your daddy was who she said he was? Ask your mama that question.
By denying these reports.
When we are doing our targeted enforcement operations against criminal illegal aliens.
Look at his eyebrows, too. He is a strange looking dude.
Individuals that are in that area may be detained until we verify who they are, and then they are released. This has been done for years, and
he want to get back to his nose so bad. Look at him.
Every single law enforcement operation that has always happened, we follow the same protocols, and we continue to do that. We have never once detained or deported an American citizen. We have not held them and charged them. When we find out and verify their identity,
he said not true.
Then that is when they are released. You also asked about ICE agents going far enough, sir.
Stacey said he looks like a mini freak.
I will tell you that every single ICE agent, CBP agent, federal law enforcement officer that's out there doing their work every day, none of them will rest until our communities are safe. None of them will rest until terrorists.
Secretary Noem, it is a fact that you ignored federal orders.
And our children and our grandchildren can.
He's so confused. He don't know what's going on.
Let me reclaim my time here, please. Let me.
No nonsense for life says that's Maxine Waters' wig.
Secretary Noem, it is a fact that you ignored federal court orders in March and in May.
I want to get this fella deported because there's no way you're going to tell me that this dude is legal. It's impossible for you to tell me he's legal. He's not legal. There's no way this dude is legal. And that hairpiece is a lie. It's a lie.
Of this year. Do you plan on ignoring more federal orders?
That's the same thing they asked your mama.
I'm sick of your lies.
He said he's sick of the lies. This dude is so ridiculous. Every time I see him, I just start laughing.
And the American people demand the truth.
Because you keep saying it doesn't make it true.
You kind of wear your hair like a girl. That does look like Maxine Waters' wig.
I am sick of your lies.
He said he's sick of lies.
The American people are sick of these lies. American people demand truth.
America is very happy that finally they have a president in the White House that gets up every day to keep them safe.
Madam Secretary, your incompetence and your inability to truthfully carry out your duties of Secretary of Homeland Security, if you're not fired, will you resign?
Sir, I will consider your asking me to resign as an endorsement of my work. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, this dude makes me laugh, man. Who you think dumb out of him and Hank Johnson? Did you hear what Hank Johnson had said? I forgot. I was supposed to play the clip. Hold on a minute. Hank Johnson was calling somebody. I forgot what he called it. Let me get that clip of Hank Johnson. No, but I want to play his clip. I like the clip when that guy's interviewing him. He don't even know the damn the districts that he's supposed to be representing. This dude is we're becoming a laughing stock. Can anybody just run for office and get in there?
What are the 5 Grosse Points cities?
Now, right there, that picture right there. I'm feeling a spirit of like Planet of the Apes. That's all. I mean, I like Neanderthal man or something. I mean, he's clearly like part caveman or something. I don't know.
Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz.
He's not here to answer a quiz. You can't answer a quiz, clown.
I'm here to say that I'm going to fight for the people.
I'm sensitive. Now, I don't believe in evolution, but if I did, they say you came from monkeys, right? If I did believe in it, bam. This may be some evidence, maybe the missing link right here.
Of Detroit, I'm going to fight for my
Grosse Pointe
and all of the Grosse
Taylor.
Points and all of Taylor and every part of the 13th district.
I'm just do this real quick. Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Farms, and Grosse Pointe Shores. Okay. Right. You know, on your campaign filings, it says occupation. Yours says United States government. Aren't you employed by the people?
He is so funny looking. Real Kokon, is how you pronounce it, says he's half fish. Prime Matrix says that hairpiece has legs. Scott said, where in bum effing Egypt is he from? I like to know that too. He's not fighting for any American. You know what? Wait a minute. I'm gonna look up and see where he's from. Hold on a minute. I'm finna find out where the hell he's from. Because I know he's not from over here. I don't know what he looks like. Where is he from? I'm finna find out where is he from. Hold on just 1 minute. Put it in here. Where is from? He's from Chikodi, India. Chikodi. God almighty. He was born in Karnataka, India. Well, y'all got some funny looking fellas in India. Look how he looking.
On the United States? Yeah, I am. Okay, you fix that one. Okay, and finally, you're getting nailed.
Okay, now I'm gonna play one more of him, and then I'm gonna go to Hank, because Hank says something I wanna relate to you. Now, this is him talking about, y'all talking about his hair.
They talk about my hair. They talk about my hair. They talk about my appearance. They talk about where I was born.
Look at all the guys in the back laughing at him.
They talk about everything, my looks. They talk about my age.
This is not a real human. This is a cartoon character. I don't know where they got this dude from. It's such, I could just look at him and laugh all day. If he was a comedian, if he just walk on stage and hold a mic, everybody will bust out laughing.
Age. They talk about why I should be deported back to the country where I was born. They talk about my past business dealings and they distort my business record. They do everything.
I like what he said, talk about my hair. They talk about my hair.
But they talk about my hair. They talk about my hair. They talk about my appearance. They talk about where...
Oh, golly. Sonia says everything, everything, everything you want, everything. Nicole said he comic relief. Prime Matrix said he's Japanese game show host. Tina Franks, I think he's a comedian. If he's not, he's playing one. No Nonsense said he's from the show The Simpsons. Yeah, it's like a mixture of Bart and like SpongeBob or something. I don't know. The old bag said he eats eggs with mass cow shit. Miss Dana said at least he is nice. I don't know. Oh God, this food is illegal.
Where I was born. They talk about everything, my looks.
You ain't lying. I know they talk about your looks. You are a peculiar looking character. I want to move on to Hank before we get out of here. Now Hank is calling names. He's calling people names. Oh, let me play this one of what's his name before I get to Hank. This is what's his name just takes down Marjorie Taylor Greene bad.
She's roadkill in the Republican Party now. She did it to herself. Trump herds cats, and he's done it now for over 10 years by doing this to people. If you don't know that by now, don't challenge him that way. That's how he's keeping his cohort in order. And if you don't get it, don't do it.
All right. He said, Trump, he just keep on lifting me high.
You just keep on lifting me up now. Higher.
Higher. Higher. Let's see. What did I do with that? Oh, I want to get Hank in here right quick. Brother Hank. You remember Hank, Mr. Guam, capsizing? He's a Rhodes Scholar too. Oh, Hanky. I don't know how some of these people are getting elected, but they are getting elected, which is kind of scary. When you think about it, it's scary as hell, as a matter of fact. My man, Patrick J. McCarron, brother, how you doing tonight, brother? Appreciate that. He just hit us up for a donation now. I appreciate you, brother Patrick J. McCarron. Now, I want to bring in Hank, because Hank is trying to call somebody a name, but you know, you can't take him serious, because I don't know who has a lower IQ, Hank or I'm gonna start calling this fella Mr. Hair from India. Hairman from India. So here's Hank.
Yeah, we are the world's #1 bully, and we're using our immense, unrivaled power.
It sounds like Hank Johnson would be like on a episode of Fat Albert or something.
To rule over those who have less power. and we're doing it with impunity. And this sends a shocking message to the world that America is indeed what did they used to call the great hand of Satan or something?
He said, "We're the great hand of Satan." He's quoting Iran now.
Something like that. I mean, America under the Trump regime is demonstrating that that moniker was entirely accurate. The great Satan. That's what we have become in this country.
He's a certified ignoramus. But we remember this statement right here by your brother Hank. Since you are throwing darts, here's brother Hank.
The island that at its widest level is,
He tried to say he wasn't trying to say that he was being funny. It's obvious he's serious.
what, 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level or smallest location, it's 7.
At best, Hank Johnson was a D student in school, and the teacher passed him because she didn't want him back in her class the next year. That's the only reason she passed him, because there's no way he can make higher than a D, and a D is because they had to give him 35 points for writing his name on the paper.
Miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide.
What in the hell has this got to do with the price of tea in China?
At the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles
I wish somebody had a stun gun, just hit him with that stun gun, just tell him to shut the hell up.
wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I
Do your daddy know?
don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that
His fear is going to capsize.
the whole island will become so
He's such a damn genius, ain't he? He is such a damn genius.
overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
Now, don't forget that it's a known fact that that Nancy Pelosi was the leader of this party for a while, and even though she's ruthless and stuff, when you hear her speak, you're not impressed and says, you know what, she seems like she really knows her stuff. Nancy Pelosi do. She's drunk all the time, seems like.
We don't anticipate that. The Guam population, I think, currently about 175,000, and again, with 8,000 Marines and their families, it's an addition
Watch this. He think he's gonna make a point here.
of about 25,000 more into the population.
The whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
Think about this. He had to think about this, but the question he was going to ask this guy before he came there. And this is the best question that him and his staff came up with, proving that he's a moron. I mean, you got to be ashamed of yourself. That's the question you ask. We're in bad shape. If this is the best we have to offer, we're in real bad shape. Just saying, we got some issues. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I didn't mean to stay on this late. We got started a little bit late, though. So take care out there, Common Sense Nation. Thanks for all the support. Let's stay strong and let's not be afraid to speak the facts, even if somebody get the damn feelings hurt. Good night there, Common Sense Nation.